Hello, guys, how are you? This is Jeff with another episode of Thoughts and Reflections. So, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody is enjoying themselves in these festivities or in this festive times of the year. So, without further ado, let's all wish each other, although I can't see you physically, although I can hear you. Uh, Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. And again, thank you for listening, and thank you for engaging in this sort of short little, as I said before, episode or episodes. So thank you all for doing so. So I wanted to come to you guys on some things that have happened here in this town that had made me reflect a little bit more on death. Death is a subject that not a lot of people, uh, reflect on because it's a very scary subject to talk about. And being afraid of death, trust me, is a natural feeling, but it's one that you should work towards in order to overcome. With that being said, it is also valuable to ask yourself, why are you afraid of death? And the only reason on why I touch on this subject is because here in Copenhagen, we had recently uh, heard bad news of a bodega owner who was killed not accidentally by some, I'll call it was a lunatic. It was a lunatic act by someone who was not on his right mind to start shooting. I heard that 3 got very badly injured. Or correct me, all of you, if you got the news a lot better than I did. But the owner of the bodega succumbed to his own injuries. He later on, after he got shot, after a few days, he got murdered, and he not murder, but you guys know what I mean. He died of his wounds, and there were a few more deaths in that occurring bad accident. So what that made me realize was, let me record an episode and see if I can do this in a way that it's a self-reflective uh, action to do. And may they all rest in peace. And his name, I think it was Bolivar, the owner's name. Bolivar is actually very close to our family. I didn't know the man. So I think he's the godfather of one of my uncle's kids. My uncle, who by the way passed away 3 months. May he rest in peace as well. And yeah, that's the only relationship I think we have close to the man who just passed away from that shooting. So I want to leave you with a quote by Marcus Aurelius, one of my favorite philosophers, and who exemplifies the Stoic philosophy. He said, "Stop whatever you're doing for a moment and ask yourself, am I afraid of death? Because I won't be able to do this anymore." So, I don't know about you guys, but I always think about death to the point where this is a bit personal, but it's worth sharing. My mom and I, we talk about that subject so much, and it's something that really puts everything into place. Because people don't think about it very much. You shouldn't be afraid of death. You should accept it as part of your own life and your own mortality. That brings you more and more that brings in more humility into your life, and it brings into you a more in-depth reality of what your life should be. And the only thing that that does is it allows you to not accept so much bullshit from anyone. You're not going to tolerate his stupidity from anyone as well. You're going to cut anyone that is not worth in your life, and the ones that are worth suffering for are going to always be there. So I think we should take a time to reflect on what is it that we are afraid of in terms of our own mortality and our own death, because we're all going to die someday. And sometimes we should honestly think about it. Not too much, because if you do, you won't be living a very well worth lived life for however long you get to live. I remember hearing or watching an interview, or I think I read something somewhere where I think it was a long time ago that I read it, and it was a beautiful thing that put everything into perspective. It was very simple but very profound. This person wrote, "Now that I have accepted death, now let me live." That was so empowering when I read it. Then that I said, "Oh wow, this is so beautiful, simple, and yet so profound," that I thought, wow, this is a good way to live your life, and this is a good way to emphasize what was what was your life at a particular moment, and what was it about it that you were not enjoying. Meaning cutting things that really hurt you. And if you're struggling with anything out there, please know that I'm here with you all. And if you need a voice, I'm sure that I can give you one, and give you many things that I hope can help you. That you are not alone, that you're here for a purpose, and that you're here for something. Because you guys know I've mentioned in some of the conversations that I've had, it's just to bring awareness to mental health. That is also very important. It's not the one to be taken lightly. It is something that is worth saying to your loved ones, and it's worth saying to someone that you're getting into a relationship with, so they know your triggers, your shortcomings, your burning desires of getting better, and let them know truthfully how you feel about certain things. And please, don't waste anyone's time. And that also goes and applies to every sort of relationship, even the ones you end up not having. Maybe a loving one, or anything, or any sort of relationship for that matter. But also, be kind to one another. Don't wait until the end of the year or a certain period of time to be nice. Try to be always nice. Always. Don't wait for one time of the year to be like that. Always be humble. Always be kind. Always be grateful. Always be grateful too for the people that you have shared a little bit of your day, of your time with them. Even to your loved ones. Even to the guys who have had girlfriends, or the ones that are so lucky to have one in this year's time. Please tell them that you're thankful for them, that you're grateful for their time. So please do that. And also, I would like to give you also, guys, like a like a principle to live by, and the successions of a brief life that we get to live. If you really think about it, now that we're on that subject of death, never wait too long to tell someone how much you feel for them. Don't wait too long. Here's another Marcus Aurelius quote: "Brief is man's life, and small the nook of the earth where he lives. Brief, too, is the longest posthumous fame, buoyed only by a succession of poor human beings, who will very soon die and who know little themselves, much less of someone who died long ago." So there you go, guys. And also, knowing with that phrase that the finality of death can offer also both comfort and assurance of knowing that when you die, you would fade away in oblivion, but also the memories that you left behind to those that already loved you will stay with them for the rest of their lives, and it's also how you made them feel as well. I don't want to go around when I go and passed on, for the ones that have ever loved me and for the ones that have ever got a chance to meet me or an opportunity to meet me. I don't want the loved ones that I've left behind to hear, "Oh, Jeff was not a good experience to have him on it." I want for people to say, "Man, I felt good meeting that guy, man. That guy was a good man." And you can't escape your own mortality. That's another thing that I wanted to say to you guys. There's another quote that I love about this aristocrat, Epictetus. He said, "I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it." So, I think I have escaped it, and I have learned how to treasure the friendships, the relationships, and I want to not forget the friends that I've gathered through my life. And I want to give a huge thank you to Shakima again, you wonderful human being, for all that you are. Kenya Barrett, thank you, love, for the opportunity again. Thank you for that. And to all of you that I have left behind, you know who you are. I appreciate you guys. Be safe out there. Be kind. Be humble. And until next episode, thank you so much. When the chill chill. When the chill chill. When the chill chill.